Honestly, I'm just over it. I'm over the whole YouTube thing. I don't want to do it anymore. It feels like everything is falling apart over here. I don't know if you noticed, but everything seems to be falling apart. Oh, yo, I quit, man. I quit.
Okay, well, if you've ever felt like a YouTube failure, then I want you to know you're not alone. We've all felt that way at one point or another, and today Tiffany and I are going to share with you some very real moments of times we both felt like YouTube failures. And she's going to go first because I'm scared.
Probably the first time that I felt like a YouTube failure was when I released my video late and the views plummeted. And when I say released late, I had a consistent upload day on Fridays. And I knew that I wasn't gonna make that time window. I tried, you guys, I tried. I edited it really as fast as I could. I tried to get the elements together, but I just could not pull it off. I think I even stayed up for like, many more hours than I needed to, just trying to finish this video. And the next time I released it, I was like, I'm gonna be optimistic. Maybe it won't be so bad. And I released it, and it was low. It was low. It was low, like 10 views in 6 hours, kind of low. Like it was rough. And I don't know, I beat myself up because I knew that I wanted to hit that release day. And the gag was that I knew better.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when you know better and yet you still make incredibly dumb mistakes. I've been making really silly editing mistakes on TrueFam videos lately. Like 2 videos ago, I left a random 4-second image at the end of the video. And look, I know that almost nobody will ever notice that it's there, but I know it's there, and it shouldn't have happened. And then in our last video, I added a couple extra U's somehow in the word audience so that it says audience, which isn't a word, and that's a little bit more noticeable.
I saw that one, Chris. I saw that one.
And I'm just kind of like, it should have been so simple to catch and fix. It shouldn't have ever happened. I'm just over here like, come on, Chris, you're better than this.
Chris, you are better than this. You are certainly better than stealing a video, and I'll tell you that story. But first, tell us down in the comments, have you ever felt like a YouTube failure? We want to hear your story too. Now on to the time when someone accused me of stealing their video concept. Yes, my friend, plagiarism is what I was accused of. What was going on around at the time is there was a challenge, right? Like a song parody type challenge that was happening. And there was someone in my community that was an actor that I knew that had changed this parody to kind of go for actors. And she wanted other people to jump on. And I didn't just jump on, like I took it to the next level. I was like, I'm gonna make a whole music video out of this parody. I sent it to this person, the person that inspired the idea. And I said, hey, I just want you to know you inspired this like 6-8 months ago. And I wanted to share it with you because I was so encouraged by, your mini jaunt on this. And the response I got was very positive. She said, oh, that's amazing. Like, I so appreciate that. But then a few days later, I got a message, and the message on Facebook said, I thought about it, and I really want to be credited for my work. And at first I was like, well, sure, I can definitely like drop any of your handles or links in the description box, make sure people go and find you and see you. She was like, well, there were some people that were in my sphere of influence that wanted to go and basically, dislike all of your videos, like make an example out of you essentially because you stole my idea. And I was like, I did not steal your idea. I genuinely took something that you inspired and I tried to, elevate it. And, honestly, I don't think I've ever felt like more of a YouTube failure than in that moment, than being accused of like trying to take someone else's original idea, original concept, which wasn't original at all. I tried to make it right, but my reputation was tarnished in these people's eyes.
And that's the thing. You can't always control your reputation or how people respond. When I was 3 months into YouTube, a small group of people decided to start disliking all my videos for the next 5 months. And seriously, I would schedule a premiere and bam, 3 or 4 dislikes. And I'm like, it hasn't premiered yet. You haven't even watched it. What could you dislike? I guess it's me. A few of them even went back and disliked every single video that I ever posted. And I know we naturally tend to focus on the negative more than the positive. We weight them poorly, and I try not to do that. But that's a lot of dislikes, a lot of negativity all at once. It is difficult when all of a sudden your like to dislike ratio on your overall channel hits 70%, and you're looking at everyone else who just started, have the same amount of videos, and their dislike ratio is pretty much 100%. Like, they have 0 dislikes, and I have 30% of my engagement as dislikes. It's hard not to let that sink in.
Dislike ratio? What about 80-20? Like, if you feel like you have 80% of the right stuff for YouTube, but only 20% of the growth. Yeah, let's talk about those stats, because that is how I felt when my very close friend grew from 800 subscribers to 12,000 in like 3 weeks. And you heard that right. It was 12,000 subs. And I was so happy for them, of course. You know, we had been grinding together. They had worked their butt off, and they were gracious to me every step of my process. But it did make me wonder, did I just not have it? Like, what could I have done that would make me go viral the way that they had? Maybe God would bless me more if I did things differently. And I know now that that was definitely the wrong sort of thinking, like, do not take my example. But at the time, I definitely felt like I must have missed the boat if people were hitting the jackpot around me.
Yeah, anytime we compare ourselves to other people, we end up feeling like a failure. We all know it's true, but we still do it. I think the time I felt like the biggest failure on YouTube was, well, look, I wasn't in a very good place. A lot had been happening in my life, and honestly, I should have stepped away. I should have taken a break. I needed one, but I was committed. I was committed to the consistency. That's what you do. When you're committed to something, you follow through even when you don't feel like it. But it's hard to create content that's going to add value to people when you're burnt out, depressed, and just not healthy. I always tell other people that you come before your content. Take time for yourself, but I wasn't willing to listen. And one day I was doing a live stream, kind of like a morning devotion live stream, and I'd been doing it and I was really enjoying it. It was the only way I was managing to keep any type of content on my channel going. And then my headphones just cut out, and I couldn't hear the stuff I needed to hear to do what I was trying to do. And I kind of lost it a little bit. Like, I rage quit the live stream. Bam, I was just gone. No one was watching anyway, so what did it matter? That was the last video I posted for 3 months.
Oof. Yeah, let's keep it 100. You sort of just called me out with the not posting for 3 months. I mean, I literally just came back on YouTube on my personal channel, and that's really how I felt about this whole thing. But that's the thing, it's normal to feel down every now and again, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's how you respond to this failure that really matters in the long term. So sometimes our ability to come back on YouTube is affected by our own emotional, mental, and spiritual health. So if you want to know more about making a YouTube comeback and even my own personal struggles with returning to the platform, you're going to want to watch the live streaming replay we did on our channel. That will be linked right after this video. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching and listening to our stories, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.